back to facts of Billy. Need them to be very done my opinion show. In fact, I need you guys not to be too proud, full of pride, to like and subscribe. Anywho, back to you with further news. HBD searching for a third suspect in a deadly shooting. Let me say this again. HBD searching for a third suspect in a deadly store shooting in Southeast Houston. Police have identified a third suspect in a deadly shooting in June that left a man dead and another injured on a Southeast Houston convenience store. At a Let me say this again. Police have identified a third suspect in a deadly shooting in June that left a man dead and another injured at a Southeast Houston convenience store. Police have charged Xavier Roll Contreras, 20, with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and aggravated assault with serious bodily injury in connection to the June 15 shooting, death of George James, 18, and the wounding of Julian Bacora, 18, at the 12931 Nyack address. Man shot near the store in Southwest Houston. Two other suspects, Jonathan Carter, 18, and Damian Sterber, 20, have been arrested and charged with capital murders. Also said that James and Becerra were talking to two other men in the parking lot of a store just before 10 p.m. when another man approached, and all three pulled out guns on the victim in a robbery attempt. Becerra got in his car and returned fire, hitting one of the suspects. James suffered a gunshot wound to the head and was taken to the hospital by an ambulance, but he was later declared dead. Curry suffered a non-fatal gunshot wound to the leg. Police later discovered, this is very intriguing, that Carter was the suspect that was shot and was taken to a hospital by a private vehicle. He was arrested and booked in jail on June 20, followed by Sterber 4 days later. Detectives identified Contreras as the third suspect and was charged with his role in the incident on June 29. Police said, anyone with information on Javier Rule Contreras' whereabouts is case urged to contact Bull Live. Ha! Anyway, that was funny. They thought they got me. Ha! They almost got me. Nah, I can't do that one. We ain't doing that. We ain't giving out no information. All right, we already did enough of that. Let me tell you this. Okay, I have to get a little more glimpse of the story because the police I said it, they got illiterate writers. Oh my freaking God. So from what I get, police, a dude shot back and killed one of them, right? But they charging the friends with the murder. That's what I'm getting. But they could have just said it blatantly with sufficient literacy. This is instead of illiteracy. It is fucking ridiculous. I've been reading a lot of these HBDs and these police articles, even from different cities. The police have some of the most, they must be cheap. They have some horrible writers because explaining the story, okay, and I know you can say, we watching, you read fast. No, I'm all right. I don't you see me when I slow down? I'm reading like I'm a retard. So I can read fast and I can read slow, but sometimes I slow down on purpose. And it didn't say they killed anybody. They could have just said they've been charged with the murder of an associate. Police have charged James 18. Okay, we'll say, hold on, let's see. Okay, we're gonna reread it again. Officers said that James and Becerra were talking with two other men in the parking lot of the store just before 10 p.m. when another man approached, and all three pulled out guns on the victims in a robbery attempt. Okay, they pulled out guns on the victim. Okay, so they did shoot. Wow, they had to say that long? They could have been like, okay. I thought, but this is what I'm saying. James suffered a gunshot wound to the head and was taken to the hospital by ambulance. Okay. I thought he returned fire. Okay. Was taken to the hospital by ambulance. Was later declared dead. He suffered a non-fatal gunshot wound to the leg. So him and his friend was shot. Okay, I think his friend returned fire. Police later discovered that Carter was a suspect that was shot and taken to the hospital by a private vehicle. See? One of them were shot. One of the suspects were shot. Okay, that's what I said. I want to make sure I'm reading right, but they gotta do better at their literacy. They're explaining stories. They worse than black people explaining stories. You know what I'm saying? Oh my god, oh my god. You just be sitting there waiting on anticipation. You be like, okay, just keep me alone with the details. No offense to my people, and white people too the same way. As you could tell, I'm pretty sure this is a white writer, but I'm like, what the hell is going on here? Like, they just explaining of the details. I have to go back and reread to make sure when I reiterate the story that I'm giving you all facts, because I don't want to be fake news. Okay. So what I'm getting, because I'm not going to read all of this, because they could have just put it, such and such friend shot this. What I'm getting, the dude friend that got killed, he returned fire at one of the suspects after he got shot in the leg. This is what I'm getting. And this come to find out, it's kind of like right. The dude gets killed, he's it. But the dude that gets a dude got transported to the hospital. The one that wanted to do the return fire, he got shot in the leg. I think he went to the hospital by himself. He returned fire or whatever. The other dude come to find out, the one they transferring to the hospital in a helicopter, they life flighted. He's the suspect. They life flighted the suspect. That's funny. That's funny. They don't want to put. It's all right to put your flaws, like we life flighted a suspect. So you see why they just really. I'm like, why do they write so discreet? Like they trying to hide details. And it's really to keep all the embarrassment off their self. I'm starting to realize that. And I cover a lot of the police news, and they got me looking bad. Some details I have to go in depth and to figure out, read up on all these. And I want people to think I'm with fake news. I report on topics that I relate to, that I try to keep my audience, my people. I don't ever want to see you with a gun in your face, a gun on the side of your ribs. Things I actually went through. I can actually say, if you be hip to certain news, it's like, okay, I can't tell you this how you spot a robber. I can tell you that to an extent, because they come in all different shapes and sizes. But I can tell you when a person pull up on you a certain way, a person walk up on you a certain way, I don't think they coming on actual autograph. That's just not playing. You're not famous, are you? So it's just like always be alert, be very alert. A person walking up on you anytime, like I say, you shouldn't let people get close up on you. Then when you see certain individuals in a number walking up on you, a group, no good. They automatically out to get you. Now I'm trying to teach you how to spot a single robber. Them the hardest ones to spot. Like a person, because he could be look as a person. He could look as a person that's coming maybe for help or ask you for directions. Still, always watch a person's demeanor. Don't person with a low graded demeanor, always watch them and be like, oh, something, you gotta always get yourself out of that conversation. Oh, I'm busy. Oh, this or mine. Just find a way out of it. You know, and that's the main thing. But it's easy to spot a pack of hyenas. How can you not spot a pack of hyenas? Now, I'm telling you, real talk. It's just like looking in a wall. You know, a pack of robbers. A whole bunch of dudes, 2-3 dudes in a group walking to you. They are trying to rob you. You know what I'm saying? No, get the fuck out of there. Get out of there. Run. Now, that's why I'm telling you the truth. Now, I don't. Seeing the dudes that try to get me was smart not to walk up on me 2 dudes at one time. I would have lit their ass the fuck up. One dude walked up on, well, I tell you, them are the hardest robbers to spot. Them the hardest ones to spot. It's the ones that's coming, but a pack of hyenas. Remember you can high key not see a pack of hyenas. It's like the wild. You see, even lions see them from a mile away. They're everywhere. You can see them, you know what I'm saying? The lone wolf is the one you better worry about most, because he can get you so fast, because you be like, it's just one person. Hell no. You don't know what that person got on him. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, I hope I gave you some jewels that you can use in your head and that can keep you from being misled instead of being a type that's misbred by society. I hope I helped you a lot, because this is the truth and I'm reporting on, and I hope you out. And it's kind of funny because the police life flighted the criminal. They didn't want to put that as a title. They should have put that as a title, because that would be so funny. Police life flighted a criminal. I might put that as the title. All right, you guys.